Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, I want to talk to you about a pretty fun, pretty amazing team that I'm using currently on my main account for farming Spider 10 on the hard difficulty. And honestly, this is not necessarily a team that I came up with. It's something that I actually found using Hell Hades' optimizer. So that's something that you all can do if you're just looking to improve your teams. I want to start out with that because honestly, this is something maybe lots of you do not know. And it can actually be a game changer. So what I'm talking about, let me just open up the optimizer first. It seems like I have to do an update because I want to show you what it's all about. Basically what it can do for you is it can show you the best teams that you can do for your account, whatever it is. You know, if you want dungeons, if you want the clan boss, if you want Doom Tower stuff, like it basically has almost everything. And that's the way that I found, honestly, this team. And the best thing about this team for me is the fact that I'm using the champion that I have pulled quite a while back and I had no use for, and that is Calvalax. The thing is, I have on my account tons of champions, but even though I have tons of champions, I never had like an AoE poison exploder. That's what I always wanted. Apart from, you know, my Kaimar and all that. I always wanted to get maybe a Xavier, an Eleanoril. More recently, I wanted to get a, what's his name? Theodore, because poison explosion seems to be one of the easiest and fastest way to do speed farming. If you don't have that, then Seer is the next best thing, and they're quite similar, but maybe not as fast. And you know, having a reason and a spot for Calvalax made me really happy. But I opened up the optimizer, so you know, hellhades.com. If you just go on there, click upload to website, it's gonna take you to a page like that's this one. And the whole principle is pretty simple. You click on the team optimizer, you go to wherever. So as an example, let's go to Spider, let's click 10, and let's go hard. And we click find the team. And it basically shows you this one. This is just one fight that was done. So I'm not gonna I don't want to show you something like this, but you can go over here on the left hand side, go to success rate, throw it to 100%, make it so it's like, I don't know, at least 10 battles, and then apply filter. And voila, it shows you the team that can be used actually. This is pretty fun. And look at this, there's a variation with double Cold Heart, there's a variation. I think this is actually the team that I'm using with double Thesia, then it's one with Artak. Actually, the one that I'm using is the one with Artak, and that's the one that I want to show. But like I said, first I wanted to give massive shout out for this one because it works for absolutely everything. And let's say, I don't know, let's say you don't have somebody like a Sisia, you not from include but from exclude. Let's say over here, see, wait, let me move it out to the other side. So if you go over here, team exclude champion, so let's go Sisia. Okay, let's say you don't have a Sisia, what's the next best thing? You apply the filter and it shows you, okay, this is the next best thing. Then let's say I have Sisia but I do not have a Calvalax. Okay, don't have a Calvalax, apply, boom, same thing. It shows you that I don't really even need that Calvalax over here, and this team still work. But I want to show my variation with Calvalax because that one's, honestly, it's 100%. It has never failed. I've done thousands of runs already and it has never failed me. So let's jump back onto the video and let's look how this team actually works. So even if something like this happens, it still will not fail. It will still not fail. So let's have a quick look. You saw the way that the team works. This is usually like 12-30 seconds with a double Sisia. Sometimes it goes longer because my main Sisia I have built in a relentless set because I'm using her for Hydra. So obviously if she gets that extra turn, it's not 14 seconds anymore. But the way that this one works is just make Sisia prioritize the poison explosion, Calvalax, and make him prioritize the AoE slam. As you can see, he doesn't even have books. You don't need them. It's all about his passive. Giving you those 4 poisons on there actually makes the boss's HP tick for the little bit of extra that's left so that you can kill them, because the HP burns, they'll deal 3% damage to the boss but heals the boss by 1%. So it's not as good as normal stages, but it can still work. Then Drang, I make him prioritize the HP burns. Drang can be also, what's his name, Ignatius. The reason why they are the best is because they have unresistible HP burns, which means it doesn't matter if you have accuracy, doesn't matter about 3%, it will always land. It can work with any other HP burner, but you prefer to have somebody that has unresistible HP burn, so you know, you diminish your chance of failing. If you don't have this, just use, I don't know, use your Mordecai. Maybe there's even a way to use somebody else, such as like Artak, but that might be a bit different because he would have to rotate back to his explosion, so that might not work as easy. But HP burner can be whoever. Then I'm using the second Sisia because I just wanted to showcase for this video. Second Sisia is not even booked. You just want her to explode the HP burns, but this one is going to be Artak. I'm going to show you the round with Artak, and then there's a Cold Heart that does a Heart Seeker, and that's about it. So let me just change that. Let me bring back Artak in the team and show you the team that I'm normally using, because this one's a little bit, honestly, it's kind of the same. It all depends, at the end of the day, it all depends on the damage that you do, and sometimes optimizing the right damage that you do can be the key, because you can save like 1 or 2 seconds if you don't kill the spiderlings with the damage that you do. You're gonna see in this team with Artak, because my Artak is pretty solidly built, because again, I'm using him for Hydra. You see, he kills some of the spiderlings. I have to just wait that extra second for it to happen, but it's still faster overall for me, so that's why I'm using this team with Artak. And you know what? It's pretty fun, it's a pretty amazing team, and I love it. Yes, I do understand that there's 2 champions that are actually mandatory for this team, or actually maybe only one from what I showed you on the website. Look at this, 12 seconds, that's beautiful. And that champion is Sisia Flametongue. The reason for that is you really want the decreased defense and weaken on the boss, or especially the weaken debuff on the boss, because that weaken that lands on the main spider makes the queen take more damage whenever the spiderlings die, okay? If you don't have the weaken, it doesn't take as much damage, so it might not be perfect. Then the other one was Calvalax before I looked on the website, but after that we saw we don't necessarily need Calvalax. You can just use 2 Cold Hearts and it's still going to work. And look at this. This is a beauty. It's always consistent, always works fine. It can never fail. Like, unless, I don't know, all 4 poisons get resisted, which is close to impossible, then it's a beautiful team that will always work. Easy for speed farming, Spider 10 hard, easy to get you the points for CVC. So it's the ideal team for me right now, because you know what? I have no Acresia, I have no Theodores, I have no other OP top tier legendaries there for these, so you know I still have Sisia. Yes, it's required, but it's still basically using Artak, Cold Heart, and an AoE HP burner as a core, maybe a second Cold Heart, and it can be done. So let's have a quick look at the builds, and I'm gonna start from the fastest to the slowest. So the fastest in this team is Cold Heart. This is the Cold Heart that I specifically built for this, because you want the Cold Heart to go first, because you want the last spiderlings to drop at the back, so when you land HP burns with Drank, you want to have all of them, so the more explosions you do, the more damage you do. She's just running at like 260 speed, decent damage, no accuracy, because for these stages, the spider, the main spider, is immune to telemeter control, so you don't care about any accuracy, which makes it easier for you to build her fast and to give her some damage. When it comes to masteries, either with flawless execution and just, you know, I don't think the masteries really matter. You can even have 1 Cold Heart without any masteries, as long as she's fast enough and has decent enough crit damage. As you see, I don't even have Savage, Lethal, stuff like that, just speed and perception builds. Then the second fastest one is Walking Tomb Drang, which he is built in the same build that I'm using for my Ice Golem, and that's pretty fast. You have to have everybody be over 245 speed, because that's the speed of the main spider. You don't want the main spider to go before you do all of your skills. So he's running 253 speed and survivable. You don't care about accuracy. I even have resistance on him, like I said, for Ice Golem, but for this team, you do not need any resist on him. And then when it comes to masteries, I have down the support and resist and defense tree. You can copy these masteries. Again, these help for mostly for soloing bosses at the end, specifically the Ice Golem. Then the next one that I have going is Sisia, but this one can be Sisia or Artak, does not matter. Sisia, these are her masteries. Again, like I said, she's the one built for my Hydra team, so I run War Master on her. For this team, again, you do not need Relentless. I'm just using her, as you see, Relentless and triple refresh, you know, as much RNG for Hydra as possible. But she's running at 251 speed, some damage, and enough accuracy. You only need 340 accuracy for her to land the HP burns, but keep in mind, as you saw, you can use the accuracy lead from her. So if she gives another 60, you can build her with only 280 accuracy. But if you use Calvalax and use him as a lead, then you can drop that speed. Instead of going to 50, you might be able to go like 230 something. And again, it's all about this explosion that she's running. And yeah, it's mostly the speed. You care about the speed so you can explode those burns. Then Artek, again, he's built in regen plus perception. I'm mostly using him for Hydra. I'm still trying to figure out the right way and the right build to use him in Ice Golem. Still not quite there yet. Maybe I just don't have the gear. But he's going after that, as you can see, 248, and then just survivable. Again, high resist, because I was trying stuff in Ice Golem, plus decent enough accuracy. And then the last one in the team is Calvalax, which again, from what we've seen, it can be a second Cold Heart. He's running just same speed as the boss, but because of the way that the speed tools work, he's going before the boss. If this was a problem and the boss went before your Calvalax, just cliff one speed somewhere and that's it. And he's basically built with damage so that he kills all the spiderlings that are left alive and do some damage to the main spider, which is gonna be capped. So you mostly want the damage to kill the spiderlings, not to do extra damage on the clan boss and on the spider queen. Again, he's not booked. Masteries, I have War Master, and then now the support tree again. So this was the team that I was using. Oh yeah, and the second Sisya, in case you have that, just as you can see, random gear just to have the speed, and that's it. I didn't care about anything else. Just I needed to make sure I had enough speed so that she goes before the last one, which is Calvalax in my team, and that's about it. That's about it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's obviously not free to play friendly. I'm not even going to try and call it that, but it's a really awesome team. And I'm really happy that I can actually, you know what? I can actually use Artak, which is a free legendary, and it can make a pretty fun team. And at the same time, like I said, I'm happy that I have a use for my Calvalax because I have no AoE Poison Exploder or Poison Explosion team used around him. So finding a team for him, despite that they made it pretty fun. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next. And keep an eye out, I'm gonna post a video later of a pretty fun and massive update on the free-to-play account where I managed to beat another faction war. So that's 3 faction wars down for the free-to-play, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye, guys.